Hi, good morning. It is Wednesday, May 13th, and we're back trying to still trying to figure out the PPP program. There's a lot of people who have more and more questions about the specifics of this grant. So if there's anyone that you know who is still having issues with the PPP application or who has questions about the forgiveness, please share my video and subscribe to the link below. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, let's start with some questions that I've been getting from my clients. And I'm going to share my screen in a second so I can show you what I have put together. Okay, and here we go. Here's my screen. Hopefully you guys can see this. So we just kind of put together several of the questions that we have been getting quite a bit from many of our clients. So here's number one. What if I can't use all of my PPP funds on enough payroll? So that is a big issue because what if, you aren't able to actually open up, like restaurants, for example, can't actually open up until, when I say open up, I mean get full service operations until much later. And that's already, let's say it's halfway through the 8-week period after you receive your funds. What if that doesn't line up? So the American Institute of CPAs, AICPA, has actually been trying to lobby hard and suggesting the following. They're suggesting that the 8-week period covered, actually, let's start with this one. The 8-week period should commence when restrictions are lifted and the borrower is allowed to operate, not when the loan proceeds are received. So small businesses can have adequate funds to ramp up operations. This is a pretty big deal because if this can be passed and updated with the SBA, then this would really be helpful to a lot of small businesses, especially restaurants, for example. Restaurants, out of all the industries, probably won't be back to full operations in quite some time, and that could affect the forgiveness of this PPP grant. So we are trying really hard to be able to get this changed so that it would start when businesses are allowed to get back to normal, allowed to operate before the 8-week period would begin. So we will see. We'll stand by and we'll keep you posted on that. The other thing is the 8-week covered period under the PPP should align with the beginning of a pay period and not the date the loan proceeds are received. And the reason is because, the 8-week period might not fall into pay periods. And so what happens if a pay period is paid or a paycheck is paid after the 8-week period, yet it was for the 8-week period that had already passed and it didn't actually get paid until after. So that's a big deal because that goes towards the forgiveness. So we'd really like to see it align better and not just from the date of the loan proceeds coming into the bank accounts of these small businesses, but actually when the next pay period begins so that it would actually line up really well for forgiveness. That's a couple things that's happening on the CPA front. So just wanted to keep you posted. The other thing is that a lot of big questions are happening being asked to me is which payroll costs are going to qualify for deduction. Just want to make it clear it's employee gross wages, which includes all of their federal and FICA taxes, but it does not include the employer's share of the FICA. So the FICA taxes is Social Security and Medicare, and that's 6.2% and 1.45%. And so the employer's share is not going to be included in the forgiveness, but it will be included for the employee because that's all lumped into the gross wages. So for example, if $4,000 was the gross wages, $3,500 went to an employee and $500 went to taxes, the entire $4,000 is covered in the payroll forgiveness. But the other piece that the employer pays will not be. Also, of course, in the state unemployment taxes paid by the employer is also covered. Another big thing that I want to bring up is this kind of very big deal. The IRS has passed a new tax law. And I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but they are saying something that doesn't make sense for what the law was set up for originally. They're saying that the PPP expenses are not going to be deductible for the 2020 tax return. So this means, in essence, that what was supposed to be a tax-free loan or grant to a small business, in essence, will be taxed because the deductions that we normally would get for payroll for the 2-month period, the 8-week period, and for rent and utilities, as those are the qualified expenses, are not going to be deductible for the 2020 tax return. So this is something that is a curveball that came out that threw us for a loop. And we are, not happy about this and not seeing that this is not lining up with what the intention was when the SBA put out this law. So this hopefully will change. Stay tuned. I just want to bring it up and bring it to your attention so you know what is out there and what's happening. So that's all we've got for today's update. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions about anything I've mentioned today, please write them in the comments below. I'd be glad to help. If there's any topics or questions, additional questions that people have, please list them in the comments below. I'm always checking that stuff. So please let me know whatever is on your mind. Obviously, this channel is for you guys. So hopefully everyone's staying safe and healthy. Have a good day, and we will be back soon. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you will be notified as soon as more videos come up on the channel. Okay.